You need to surround yourself with the right people. So basically, you're not going to be able to truly improve as a person with all the same people. If you get really lucky, some people are going to be able to grow with you, but not everybody grows at the same rate. And the truth is, some people never grow. Some people develop like a sort of static mindset where they believe that they can't really grow as a person and they kind of get stuck in the same patterns for, years, decades. Sometimes someone will go their whole life without really changing as a person at all. And it's really sad when that happens, but you don't want to end up as one of those people and you don't really want to let those people control you. Um, so yeah, something I've noticed is you can get really lucky and sometimes your friends and your relationships and, all the like, they can grow with you. But that doesn't always happen. A lot of people, when they notice that you're starting to focus in on your goals and you're starting to improve yourself, they tend to get very bitter. And, I've noticed as I got older, in general, people just get more bitter overall. They're more competitive, they're more envious, they just like to put you down for their own joy. But this has gotten especially bad in my interpersonal relationships when I've started to really focus in on my goals and just hone in, like people, instead of like self-reflecting and I guess trying to do better in their own lives, they take it as a threat when they notice that I'm progressing and doing very well, and they just start to attack basically. And it's very hurtful because these are people who I used to really like, but I realized that I guess they only liked me because they maybe I used to make them feel good about themselves, and now like the moment I start to I guess be better than I am now, I'm making them feel worse about themselves because they realize like, oh no, I'm getting left behind, or I don't know. This is just my way to rationalize why anybody could ever start to treat me poorly just for focusing on myself. But we're going off on a tangent. Basically, you can't let these people hold you back because this is the thing. It's common. People, when they notice you're doing better and you're progressing, instead of wanting to do the same and compete with you, they just won't. They'll try to keep you where you are. And you just can't let that happen. Like personally, I love competition and I love having mentors that I can reach towards because it drives you to do better. When you're with yourself in a vacuum, like it's really slow, it's really boring. Like you don't have anyone to compare against and just push you to be your best. But not everyone thinks like that. I've noticed. Like I wish they did, but they don't. Like a lot of people don't really want to improve or do their best. A lot of people just want to stay the same. Um, at least on the surface. But the moment that they see you showing up for yourself and showing up in any type of way, they begin to feel threatened because it forces some kind of introspection. Um, and instead of just sitting with that, they will just attack you and they want you to feel like less. But just don't let them get that edge on you. Leave them behind. And I mean, this leaves me into, I guess, my next point, maybe my last. You have to be okay with being alone. I mean, a lot of very successful people, they go through periods of being, I guess, alone because, when you're a highly ambitious person, not everyone's going to be able to match that. Maybe you can't get into a startup accelerator right away. I know I'm trying to get into one right now. Maybe you just can't get into where you want to be right away, but that's fine. You need to be okay being yourself. Otherwise, you're going to cling to these incredibly toxic people like radioactivity. And it's just like, why do you want that for yourself? You don't. And it's like that's why these toxic people do. They're betting on the fact that you can't handle being alone, but you're better than that. Basically, you're better than them. So just don't let it happen. I know that you crave social interaction because you're a human at the end of the day. But find new groups. Talk to the barista, whatever. Flirt with the Olive Garden waitress. Do whatever you need to do. Just like don't stick around with shitty people in your life just because you need some type of fake social connection. Like there are so many ways to just meet people, even if they're temporary people. Like really just like get to where you need to go. Don't let people like that, like bitter people that aren't going anywhere, hold you back from reaching where you need to be. Yeah, this is a re-record. It's just for me. Yeah, my mic was muted the first time. But maybe someone else can benefit from this. I don't know. I've noticed a lot of people are are unfortunately, exiting my life during this like growth period for me, and it's hard to come to terms with how like people I once was like really close to could just like all of a sudden become incredibly toxic. And at the end of the day, that's just how some people are. There's really nothing you can do about it. But you can't really let that stop you from reaching your goals. It's really just part of the process. So anyways, yeah, see you guys. Do cool shit, build cool shit, be sick as fuck. All right, see you guys.